Hello, Atlas Explorers! Today, diving into the fascinating world of ancient Rome, we're unraveling the life of one of history's most iconic figures. His story is more dramatic than any movie, filled with power, betrayal, and a legacy that continues to shape politics today. Julius Caesar is synonymous with power, ambition, and the very foundation of the Roman Empire. Born into a patrician family in 100 BC, Julius Caesar quickly rose through the ranks of Roman politics. His charm, ambition, and military prowess set him apart. But his path to power was anything but smooth. Rivalries, wars, and the constant threat of assassination marked his journey. Caesar's military genius was unmatched. His campaigns in Gaul expanded Rome's territory and filled its coffers, while his political reforms aimed to stabilize the Republic. His alliances, such as his famous affair with Cleopatra, were strategic and controversial, intertwining Rome's destiny with his own. But Caesar wasn't just a warrior, he was a reformer. His efforts to centralize the government and provide for the common people made him immensely popular among the masses, and equally feared by the Senate. Caesar's growing power and influence made him many enemies. The Senate, once the heart of the Roman Republic, began to see Caesar as a threat to their authority. In 44 BC, the Senate declared him dictator for life, a title that would seal his fate. Rumors spread that Caesar aimed to become king, a title Romans despised. The tension between Caesar and the Senate reached a boiling point. On the Ides of March, 44 BC, Caesar was assassinated by a group of senators led by Gaius Cassius Longinus, Marcus Junius Brutus, and Decimus Junius Brutus. They believed they were saving the Republic, but their actions plunged Rome into chaos. Caesar was stabbed 23 times. Now, here are some myths about Julius Caesar. 1. The last words. Et tu, Brute? One of the most famous myths surrounding Julius Caesar is his last words. Et tu, Brute? This phrase, which translates to "and you, Brutus," was popularized by Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar. However, historians debate whether Caesar said this. Ancient sources like Suetonius claim Caesar didn't utter any final words, while others suggest he might have said something in Greek. Ancient sources like Suetonius suggest his last words might have been "Kai su, teknon," you too, my child, or that he said nothing at all. The truth remains a mystery, but the phrase has become symbolic of the ultimate betrayal. 2. Caesar was born by caesarean section. Another widespread myth is that Julius Caesar was born via caesarean section, and that's where the procedure gets its name. But historical evidence suggests that Caesar was not born by this method. In Roman times, a caesarean section was usually performed only when the mother was dead or dying, as it was almost always fatal to the mother. But Caesar's mother, Aurelia, lived long after his birth. The procedure's name more likely derives from a Roman law, the Lex Caesarea, which required a child to be cut from the womb if the mother died during childbirth. 3. The Beware the Ides of March prophecy. According to legend, a soothsayer warned Caesar to beware the Ides of March. This myth, immortalized in literature and film, suggests that Caesar was forewarned of his assassination. While there are historical accounts of warnings and omens before his death, the exact phrase, "Beware the Ides of March," is likely a dramatic invention rather than a historical fact. 4. Caesar's assassination restored the Republic. Some believe that the assassination of Julius Caesar restored the Roman Republic. The senators who conspired against him thought they were saving the Republic from tyranny. However, Caesar's death only plunged Rome into more chaos, leading to civil wars and the eventual rise of the Roman Empire. Instead of restoring the Republic, the assassination marked the beginning of its final decline. These were the most common myths about Julius Caesar. And now, here are some lesser-known facts about him. 1. Captured by pirates. At the age of 25, Julius Caesar was captured by Cilician pirates in the Aegean Sea. The pirates demanded a ransom of 20 talents of silver, about 620 kilograms. But Caesar insisted they ask for 50 talents, as he believed he was worth more. After his release, he raised a fleet, pursued the pirates, captured them, and had them crucified, as he had vowed to do while in captivity. 2. He was never emperor. Despite being one of the most famous leaders in Roman history, Caesar was never actually an emperor. The Roman Empire was established after his death, with his adopted heir Octavian, later known as Augustus, becoming the first Roman emperor. Caesar held the title of Dictator Perpetuo, dictator in perpetuity. He was never officially an emperor. He was assassinated before he could further consolidate power. Caesar's actions laid the groundwork for the end of the Roman Republic, but the imperial system began after his death. 3. Introduced the Julian calendar. The calendar we use today is a modified version of the Julian calendar, which Julius Caesar introduced in 46 BCE. Before this, the Roman calendar was a lunar one that often fell out of sync with the seasons. Caesar, with the help of the astronomer Sosigenes of Alexandria, reformed it into a solar calendar with 365 days in a year and a leap year every 4 years. 4. Caesar's love for Cleopatra. Caesar had a famous romantic relationship with Cleopatra VII of Egypt. After meeting her in Alexandria, he helped her to secure her throne. Cleopatra later visited Rome and stayed in one of Caesar's villas. Their relationship was politically advantageous for both, but it also scandalized Rome due to Cleopatra's status as a foreign queen. 5. He was a prolific writer. Julius Caesar was not only a military and political leader, but also a prolific writer. His works include Commentarii de Bello Gallico, Commentaries on the Gallic War, which provides a detailed account of his campaigns in Gaul. These writings are still studied for their clear, concise Latin and as primary historical sources. 6. Pardoning enemies. Caesar was known for his policy of clemency, often pardoning those who had fought against him. After defeating Pompey's forces, he pardoned many of Pompey's supporters, including Brutus and Cassius, who would later betray and assassinate him. This policy was seen as both a strength and a weakness, as it earned him loyalty from some, but also left dangerous enemies at large. These facts reveal a more complex and multifaceted view of Julius Caesar, going beyond the common narratives of his military conquests and assassination. Julius Caesar's life was a whirlwind of ambition, power, and tragedy. His story reminds us of the fine line between hero and tyrant. Yet, Caesar's legacy endures. His reforms, his military strategies, and even his assassination continue to be studied and debated by historians and political thinkers alike. What do you think of Caesar's legacy? Was he a hero of the people or a tyrant in the making? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more quick historical tales. Stay curious, Atlas Explorers!